What's happening, people? We're back again with another episode of the Therapy Podcast. Earlier on, I had to check in on the fans. I have to check in on the fans again, but we're not going to focus on the opinions of the fans. We are rather going to focus. What do we even call them, guys? Because do football players perform the way these idiots performed today, bro? Have these players lost their minds? But before we get into these things, people, as annoyed and as angry and as yo, I've got no words as I am. Please, guys, let's follow the normal rules. Please like the video. I need as many. Share it out. Share the video. I know I'm not the only United fan that just needs a place to talk about the what we just witnessed, because I understand it's one thing in your head to say, yeah, we might be crap today. It's another thing to see how bad, bro. I am going to first start by dropping the link before I start with my epic monologue. I'm going to pin this link because I am hoping we are going to gather United fans tonight so we can talk. Because what we saw out there is anything but Manchester United, guys. You cannot convince me otherwise. That is not, bro. We can be bad. Like football happens in cycles. Nobody's gonna be good forever. But what these guys are putting the fans through, they must have lost their flipping brain cells somewhere in the ether and forgot who the hell they're playing for. Okay? Because they are moving shamelessly. Let me pin this real quick. I'm pissed off. I had to hold my tongue so many times during the stream because we were streaming on multiple people's platforms. Yo, let me just bring my brother Abs
Potentially for
onto the
Newcastle to
platform.
do a
Oh,
little bit of
sorry, hold on
January
one
as
second.
well
Let me
to
pause
really bring them.
the review going on in the background. I
Um,
actually can't share it on my one, but I'm not going to anyway. It's fine. I'm still need to talk. I need to lay it out because I was
yeah,
fuming when I was watching the first half while trying to do my podcast.
yeah,
Um, that's embarrassing, man. That was embarrassing. For the first time, though, I actually feel that I can blame Ruben Amorim about something
oh,
because
speak on, bro.
I couldn't understand him playing Xerxes and Hoyland together. I didn't understand how he thought that was going to work. And I want to make it clear, both of them played terribly and could have been, um, could, should have been taken off in 20 minutes. Both of
Yep.
them, right? I will even give Xerxes a little bit of hope because at least he was challenging for headers. When I mean challenging, I mean trying to get the flick on and then moving, not
Mm.
trying to have a wrestling match every time he touched the ball. Hoyland has been getting away with madness this season. He's been getting away with it. I've said something in the United group. I'm not going to say it again, but that's how I feel. But yeah, Ruben playing both of them at the same time, I knew was never going to work. That's why I've never asked for it, and we just we were just playing with two men down.
Yeah, bro.
And then, of course, you would say the second mistake he made is Ericsson and Casemiro.
No, no, when I saw that midfield, bro, that's supposed to go against Bruno Tonali and flipping, what's the other guy's name? I'm like, what's wrong with this guy, bro?
Because you've got to think, right? In this system, even though we're actually better on the ball because we can. I mean, I don't know if we keep it because we keep it well in our defensive third rather than keeping it well in the attacking third. But in this system, we do keep the ball a lot. But on the defensive end, that midfield is always overrun because 90% of the league teams play three guys in the middle. We have not seen 4-4-2 or two man in the middle for Yonks. We haven't seen it. And if you do see it, and this is why Ugarte has been having such a good run of form, You need to be extremely mobile. I don't know if you remember on KG's channel, I was very honest. I said, when we made Ruben Amorim's team, I said, for now, this is what it's going to be. And I did not put Mainu in the midfield too. And people were questioning me left, right, center. Why am I not doing? And I said, quite frankly, you need legs. If there's two players that are going to play that position, one of them I don't like, but you do need his legs, which is Bruno, and the other one's Ugarte. They're the only two that can safely play that position because there's a lot of running, a lot of tracking, a lot of it. Right? Is the two most important position outside of the wing backs, right? And I'm not even for strikers as well, obviously, but like those two, you have to get right first. So for him to have two strikers that can't play with each other, and I never want to see that ever again in my. As long as United, I never want to see Xerxes and Højlund on the pitch together, right? And then Eriksen and Casemiro behind him. You're asking for trouble. You're just asking for trouble.
No, I hear you, bro. Shout out to you, Timber, bro. I think for me, I lost my mind 3 minutes in watching how we defended as a team because that first goal that we let in, there's like 3 red shirts. If you watch the whole segment back, 2 people are watching Isak, which is Onana and Licha. No communication, bro. Everybody is just. It's as if they forgot for a second that these people are playing football. It's as if they act like us, like they fans. We are the ones watching the damn game, and these guys are just like, "Oh, by the way, Isak." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what level of managing is gonna teach you to communicate in the box and to clear the damn ball?" Like, I like how you picked apart what Ruben did wrong, but in these circumstances, have these players forgotten? Did they get space jammed? What is going on that football pitch, bro? Because you can't tell me that in I don't know how many years of playing professional football, these guys forgot how to flip and defend.
I'll let sorry, I don't actually know what your name is, but I'm gonna let you answer that before I start talking too much.
Vita, you know what is this, man? Like before the game, I saw United, practicing set piece. And I said something, I said, this is something you should be doing on the training ground. It's not something you should be doing on the pitch when you want to play game. And I saw Onana coming to claim the ball on the hair. I saw him do it, coming to claim the ball on the hair. But yet again, now it's game time where you should be doing what you were, showcasing on the pitch, training. Then you don't do that. You just stay back. And for me, man, like you said, there's no communication. There maybe it's language barrier. Maybe Lisandro Martinez does not understand English with Harry Maguire and them. But man, there's no way Isak should be allowed to get the ball. Whereby you have Harry Maguire in front of him, and you've got Lisandro Martinez at the back of him. But Lisandro Martinez as well, we cannot make a case for him because even though he jump, he won't get to Isak.
I want to jump on that, right? I have played football. I've been in England since I was 6 years old. I'm now damn near 40, right? Even in non-league football, I'm saying step 6, 5s. Never have I seen a centre back shorter than 5'11". And if they are rapid, and that speed makes a big difference in covering ground or getting ahead of the defenders that are bigger than them, right?
Like a Navarro, yeah,
exactly, right. He was rapid and he was smart. With all due respect, the only thing that anyone sold to me about Martinez, when we looked questioning his height, was that he was aggressive. But let's be honest, he looks like baby food to this country.
Hey, bro, you're killing me. But now I agree with you, bro.
This is England.
Cook,
This is England.
cook,
This is not Holland. This is not
cook, bro,
Spain,
cook.
right? England don't respect you. They don't respect
Yeah.
you. They don't respect you. I'm bigger and stronger than you. This is England. Put the ball in the air. I'm going on him. It's just this. I mean, the first goal, Martinez didn't even want to get close to it. But first of all, let's give Ishak some credit, right? Because we have to give him credit because he's doing something that Højlund and Xerxes don't seem to do. They are trying to find space. He finds space in the box. Højlund tries to find a wine. He's trying to get danced on like this is soca, like this is the carnival. Højlund's trying to get body contact every time he runs into the box, right?
Bro, that man thinks this is the UFC.
Go on, cook, man.
Ishak,
Cook.
who is taller than him, stronger than him, says, I want space. That's what Ishak looks for, space. He doesn't want to get into, he can do it, but he doesn't get into a physical, but I want space. So that when I'm heading that ball, I can do it in my own time, my own way. Højlund wants to get grinded on by the centre back. Xerxes doesn't even want to head of the Xerxes doesn't really want to head of the ball. He jumps, right? He jumps, but he doesn't really want to head of the ball.
That guy.
Cool.
That guy.
Right? And then
He never commits,
you
bro, when he jumps.
You thought the first goal was bad enough. Then again, somehow Leach is left in the box with Joe Linton, who's not also the same height as Ishak. He's bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger and stronger. As I was doing my pod and the Liverpool fan that was on my thing was just laughing. He said, because his stream was a little bit faster than mine. He just saw the goal and looked at my face reaction to see how I'm going to react. I just looked at it and said, look, it's my little, if I had a little brother, that's what he would look like with me playing against him. That's what he'd look like.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is the definition of being dunked on. Man, listen, that guy, I like him. I do. I like him. I love the attitude and stuff. But either find yourself in centre mid or find yourself back into Holland, bro.
Yeah.
You're not respected here.
I want to sell him, bro, personally. Like, I understand, kudos for your first season. It was fun. But this is not looking good, bro. We can't always be targeted on your side because you're bloody short. You're not offering anything outside of maybe an occasional assist once in a blue moon, bro. Like, this is when I say Ten Hag's players, bro. These guys, bro. What was the plan when these guys came here? These football players, bro. What is Ruben meant to do with people that are ill-equipped to play in this football league?
But
I don't understand.
This is the thing, right? I don't know because it's talk sport. I don't know how much I can take it, but actually, the journalist that said this is actually usually quite accurate. Man United spoke to Ruben in the summer and came to the agreement that the players that they have will not fit his system. This is what is being said now, right? Then they spent 200 mil getting more players for Ten Hag for his system. Now, if that's the case, you can't bring Ruben after that because you made a decision that I'm not going to give you the budget that you want to change this whole team. You made a decision. And then now you've brought him back. And then you've used your clout and your power as a club, Man United, and said, yes, we're giving you this. I don't know how you're going to work with the players we have, but this is the only time we're going to give you this offer. Knowing full well he has to come. Any manager worth his salt is going to go, no, I have to come. This is Man United. This is an amazing opportunity. But you knew you were killing him because you knew he was going to come and do 3-4-3, and you know these players can't hack it. Because when people are saying, oh, get back to playing normal way, maybe you've forgotten we were in 13th and 14th place before Ruben came.
Yeah.
Maybe you've all forgotten. Maybe these fans have forgotten that. We were 14th last year. We finished 8th. Even 4-3-3 wasn't working.
Yeah.
Bro,
on.
they're so quick to forget, bro. And I'm so glad you brought that up because for the entirety of yesterday now, all I kept hearing is we shouldn't have gotten rid of Ten Hag. And I'm like, guys, don't start this bullshit, honestly, because you were also there when Tottenham was mopping the floor with us. We were in 13th. We had a minus goal difference. So don't even try to tell us that we should have kept Ten Hag because it's going bad over these 5 weeks with this man who doesn't have the players to play the damn system. Don't people are even going as far as to say, "Yeah, we told you it's the players." Nah, fuck that, bro. The last guy said, "I am gonna adapt to them." So don't even tell me about the players thing. He didn't try to get rid of them. He tried
Mhm.
to play for them, with them. He abandoned his entire philosophy to try and polish turds, bro. And when a guy who says, "Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing," the first thing you guys want to say is, "Let's go back to the old guy." That's why I'm like, even United fans, bro. As much as I'm angry at these players, bro, even our fan base sometimes is disingenuous and is full of crack, bro. I'm tired, bro. Some of the things I heard this morning on KG's channel, I was disgusted,
Man.
bro.
Do you know what?
I
I'm
could
so
not
glad I
believe
didn't
it.
watch that thing fully, and I was meant to watch it back while working, and so I just lost track of time, and I didn't get a chance to. I also noticed it was 2 hours. If KG's show has gone to 2 hours, there must have been a premium crack on that show, right? And
You're
all
right,
I've
bro.
got since in the group is warnings about maybe you shouldn't watch it because there was just a lot of madness, and I can just tell what's happening because John Morgan has just started talking in the group chat saying that this is the manager's fault. But you never had this energy for Ten Hag.
Yeah.
You never had this energy for Ten Hag. Why have you got the energy now? Anyone that's obviously, I keep an eye on Sporting. There's a few teams I keep an eye on. I would say I support them, but I don't really catch a lot of live games to say I support them. But Sporting is, if it's a team in Portugal that I watch, Sporting is it. I have seen how good this guy is because maybe people haven't realized Sporting haven't done well since he left.
Yeah.
They beat
They've
Benfica
sa-
this weekend. It was
they've
1-0.
sacked their manager as well.
They've
The one
even
they
sacked
brought.
the guy that replaced him with,
Yeah, they sacked him.
right? That's how much he had built a system in that team to work to the point where another manager came. I mean, the last game I saw, Benfica, they were basically playing 4-4-2. It was a tough watch. They managed to win 1-0. But Jokeres, or whatever his name is, right? He's struggling. He's
Yeah.
reduced to shooting outside the box. That's
Man.
basically what he's been reduced to.
Damn.
That's how much of effect this man has had on them. Yeah, you can say easier league, but you don't dominate like that just because you it was an easier league. He had to do something. So
Yeah.
I'm watching this and I can tell he is dying, right? I can tell every time that ball goes to the low, he is dying because I am dying.
Yeah.
I'm a fan and I am dying because when that ball goes to the low, I know there's no end product. I know there's no end product. No matter what he does, there's not no end product. Like he's almost 95% of the time, he's just wasting it. It's a waste, it touching the low on the left. I feel for Maserati because I think I mentioned it before. I don't think he's going to suit right wing back. Um, as good as he is defensively, it's not good enough going forward. And Gary Neville dropped a stat already because obviously it's not Ten Hag anymore and it's not Ole. So Sky are working extra time to get the stats up that are negative. We have not scored a goal in open play with Delo and Maserati as our wing backs.
Yeah.
We have not scored a goal in open play since those two have been. That tells me that don't work. That's loud.
And I'm not
That's
surprised,
loud.
bro. I'm not surprised, bro, because even before Ruben, bro, we lacked any sort of width that could actually deliver for people who entered the final third of the box. It was always Bruno trying to do Bruno stuff to force the issue, or like you're saying, Rasmus is busy fighting 10,000 people to get maybe one or two goals every
Uh,
other day. So
Man.
I'm not surprised that when we're trying to play a system that requires us to go wide when we're not playing down the middle, that these guys can't do it, bro. And Delo's been crap, bro. I don't. That's another fans, bro. Do you guys watch these guys play football or do you watch Twitter? Because Delo has been crap, and the way people make it seem like I'm crazy for saying these things, I'm like, guys, I have to watch them because I've got a channel. I stream. I have no choice. I am
True.
watching the
True.
nonsense, bro. That's why I'm addressing the football bloody players, bro. As much as Ruben got it wrong, I have so much energy for the players because I'm like, these guys are actual filth, bro. I've gone beyond calling them criminals. These guys are they make me want to bloody vomit in my mouth, bro. They are filth, they're scum. Because you can't be so bad, bro, that no matter who it is, it's no longer Old Trafford, it's Old Brothel. Everybody's just that girl that
Bring in
did the 100
points.
men challenge in 24 hours. That's what United has become essentially. Like, sign a form, pull through, do what you gotta
Take it to the
do,
points.
and
Bro,
it's ridiculous, brother.
honestly.
I'm tired of it.
You know what? I'm struggling to even try and argue with you there, right? I'm really struggling. I might go on mute, guys, because I actually want to hear what Amarin says in the interview. I don't want to read it because people sometimes they write stuff, and I'm like, you didn't say that. So I might go quiet for a bit, but I have to say, the reason why I can never let go of the players is because they've done this for about. We can go all the way back to after we won the Carling Cup, Ten Hag's first season. Do you remember the drop off that happened that season? And then we picked it up just at the right time, right? Then the second season of Ten Hag, right? Ten Hag was playing the system. He knew he had loads of injuries. That's why I blame Ten Hag, because I was like, bro, you don't have the players to do whatever this 3-1-6 thing is. That, in fact, the 3-1-6 wasn't going to work anyway, right? Generally speaking, it's not going to work in England, right? But you also don't have the players, which you've bought, and half of them were injured, which you know. So why were you still forcing the issue? And then you got to remember, even when he got all these players back, when he started playing well, he changed the style of play to save his job. And he clearly did a fantastic job because Ineos decided to keep him. But we weren't playing good football then either. Then now you've gone into the new season, you're still playing terrible football, not running enough. And now a new manager, we're saying exactly the same thing.
Yo, big up, guys. Can I just get a word in?
Yeah, man, please go ahead.
Go for it, bro.
Yeah, man. First of all, just gotta say big up to Vegeta, man. First time on your channel, man. Yeah, man. Big up Femba. Big up Abs, obviously.
Big up.
Yeah, so you guys are hitting some interesting points here, man. And when Abs was talking about the fact that this team has been set up for Ten Hag, and obviously Amarim's come in, and it's like this is like an inevitable mess set up for someone that's not had the pre-season, right? Amarim just strikes me as someone that's really like more of a coach than a manager, because what we're seeing here is almost like what Pep's doing, like in the way where the coaching's like gone downhill. You need to do something different with like managing the psychology of what's going on, dealing with pressure, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and everything's just hitting a brick wall, man. Like I really don't get it. Like trying to play this formation when you've not had the most important thing to drill a formation, which is like proper training, proper recovery time. Yeah, all that pre-season stuff you need to do to drill new formations. This is like trying to put like, what is it, square pegs and round holes. This is exactly what that is, man. And this is obviously it's not all Amarim's fault, because like it's mostly the players' fault. Because how nervous were these guys today, man? Like it was more. I don't know if it's more embarrassing than like what Ten Hag's players like were doing, or Ten Hag's teams were doing last season. Like no one able to make like a 5-yard pass, like half the time. People doing long balls. People doing like I swear it felt like Bruno was in every position almost tonight, man. Everyone was hoofing the ball. It was you know, I mean, everyone was nervous, man.
Do you know
it's
what
like,
scared me the most, right? Which was every time the ball was put in the air, I'd put into my box or our box, I panicked. Corners.
Oh yeah, I was like that as well, man.
Crossing. Every time the ball went into the air, and obviously they scored their 2 goals by doing that, right? But every single time, my heart started shaking. And I said it on my pod while I was recording.
You know what, Abs? Let me just ask you real quick, yeah? Can I just ask you real quick, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you think these players are like spending like half of their time on Twitter reading the narratives and like playing the occasions rather than actually playing ball?
Yes.
There's no reason for them to be this nervous, bro.
Yes.
I think, and this is why I think Ruben is always trying to talk positively about the fans and say, no, they're supporting us and all the rest. Because I know for a fact, because I'm feeling it, and I know people in the stadium, they probably all just go, they see a couple of passes and they go, what now? And you get that feeling, you just deflate straight away. Now, as professional players that are paying well over $1 million a year, I don't think that should affect you as much as it is, personally, right? But I'm also trying to be nice to the human nature and saying, I understand why they're fearful, because Newcastle, even when we're in a good place, know how to hurt us. Even when we're playing well, they know how to hurt us. They've always been able to do it. It's since Ferguson days, right? Because Newcastle are always trying to prove that they're the biggest club up north. Always, right? And they've always hated us. Since Keenan had to go and say, "No, I wish they beat you." Since then, they've been vendetta against us. And these players have no backbone. So, of course, they're going to crumble. I'm still, and I know it's so many games away, yeah. I am still surprised we won that the Man City game. Because normally, United laid down after 60 minutes. So where on God's green earth did we get the energy in the last 10 minutes? Where did that come from? When did you guys actually decide, oh, we've got balls? When? I haven't seen that in years.
You know what? Yeah, I think it was also obviously Man City tax. Yeah, they were obviously terrible before that last win, in it. That the amount of losses they were getting. I reckon it's a bit of them too, because Nunez with that mistake. I don't think if you make that mistake, I don't think we come back in that City game.
But you know,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying too. I don't know, Temba or somebody wants to bet on United. I'm like, you never know what you're getting with these criminals, bro, because they're not football players, bro. These people are so up their asses that they care more about what's being said about them than what the hell the manager's trying to get across to them, bro. Because every time we say something, it's as if these guys get moved, bro. Oh, they hate me. Why do you care, brother? We're still going to chant your name on the day. Go do your job. Listen to what Ruben is saying. That's why even when the first thing happened, I said, if Garnacho is getting moved by this, bro, this guy's opinion shouldn't matter to you. You should be listening to your coaches, bro. The coach's opinion, the guy who's going to choose the starting 11, should matter. But clearly, these people are so mentally fragile that it does matter, bro. That's why I said I would rather, when you're scouting, what is the mentality level of the person you're scouting? Because this club will devour you. Whether it's on a social level, the actual footballing itself, it's going to devour you. So we can't afford to have passengers. We can't. The whole Rashford thing of, oh, he needs to be coddled. He's I don't like that narrative, bro, because it's like, if you grew up in this club's academy, you should know by now what we're about. You should know that there are no passengers. If you want to play for this, you either jump on or you jump off. But Rashford wants to be treated like somebody's baby, like, oh, shame, poor child.
Yo,
Belfast.
Vegeta, just real quickly, because you're talking about a lot of these psychological things, right? Is there a therapist at Man United right now who's helping these guys with their emotional side? Is there anyone?
I don't maybe, but here's the other problem. Our football club as a club is so fixated with the PR and marketing side of things that it almost they let it get in the way of footballing. So even if these guys are suffering as individuals, I feel like they put the brand before their football players, and it's hurting us. So even if these people are coming to the club with problems to say, I don't know, my dad passed away, I need to deal with this right now. I feel like they're more like, but we need you for the cover of whatever sponsorship is there. We need you there. Or you're on a bad run of form, and maybe the manager wants to take you off to save you from yourself. And the club goes, manager, you can't take him off because we need him to fulfill a certain quota. So that's another problem at the football club itself, that I think people like Louis Van Gaal and even Ralph pointed out to say, we're focusing on the wrong thing, because if we cared about the football element of it, a lot of these people shouldn't have been signed to begin with, because we should have identified that they're not going to make it, irrespective of the talent. They're not going to make it here because of what the fans are going to demand. And I feel like
Mm,
all clubs understood this to a degree, because some of the people who played for us weren't necessarily the most talented, but they were the most mentally sharp, strong people who had to deal with a lot worse. That's why I can't feel sorry for a Rashford when I saw what Bex went through. Bex went through the most, people, and he still had to come and perform at Man United. So while there might be a therapist or a support group, because I'm sure there's laws that force them to
mm,
support their people like any other normal workplace, but it's whether they are, how do I say, they are deliberate about it. Are they
mm.
do they care about them? I don't think so, bro. I,
All right.
Glazers, I
Can
don't
I just say,
Glazers,
sorry, can I say one more thing? Because I just got to head out in a bit, yeah?
nah, no
It's,
stress.
by the way, you guys, good chemistry, man. Really deep show here, yeah? I just hope that this Ineos, yeah, with what they're doing, they're clearly, they've got teething issues with what they're doing, yeah? Even all the problems you just discussed there, Vegeta, yeah? There is like, we know that's only just a little bit of what's going on, right? So Ineos has had to inherit so many problems, yeah? So I don't know if this is the right phrase, but I'm not really surprised, yeah, that they're making certain mistakes, yeah. But
Mm.
the manager one, right? If you're getting in a coach, like I said, we all know there's got to be a preseason for a coach. But if it's a manager, maybe he can do like damage limitation. Because like what Amarim's doing, man, he looks lost, man. He looks like he's aged. A final thing I'll say is I hope Ineos stay with this guy. Then, yeah. Obviously, don't get do everything but get in the. I think the thing he can't do is get the club relegated, right?
Yes.
That, if he could just do what he needs to do in terms of what do you call it? If he's going to stay with his formation, okay, try and
Let
maybe
me ask
adapt it a little bit. What's
Eddie.
that?
I want to ask you a question right now. Because one thing for me,
Yeah.
like Vegeta will say, all this is all the Glazers. Now,
Mm.
would you take relegation if it means the Glazers leave the club completely? Completely. Would you
Not
take
going.
the relegation for a season if it means the Glazers is out of the club completely?
See, this is it's not really straightforward, right? I'd say yes, but that's like we got to know who's coming in to take over. If it's real football people coming in, then I say yes.
Like Qatar, yeah,
Okay.
like Qatar, yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's the money bags coming in? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Bring out the cash. Oh yeah. I'm taking that pain because for long time. Yeah, taking that pain for long term gain. Right. If Qataris come in and if they're like if they're similar to the way those people did that World Cup, you know, when they hosted the World Cup, that they put so much money into that, right?
Mhm.
So if they're gonna have that similar mentality for Man United, I'll be like, okay, bring them in. So might have to take a season in that championship, man. You know what I mean? Hey, at least they'll win the league, innit? Man United will win the league. We'll win the championship. Come back up.
Cold nights in Stoke, bro. But now, shout out to you, Eddie, man.
Yo, anyway, yeah, I hope India stay with what they're doing there and don't panic. That's what I gotta say, man. But yo, big up to you, Themba and Vegeta, man. Keep going, man. Yeah. All right, man. Catch you later.
Cheers,
Big
bro.
up, bro.
Anybody's watching this after the fact, please subscribe to Eddie's channel. He does do some animation work on there. And look, to answer your question, hell no, because I don't know. First of all, there's too many factors that are involved here. And
Yeah.
here's the thing: I respect the championship as much as it's not of the same quality as the Premier League. It's a black hole, bro, because there's a lot of teams that used to be Premiership teams that have been there for ages, bro. Some of them have even gone a step further back. They've gone to League One.
Yeah.
So maybe in our heads we might say it's 1 year, but then you might end up as 2 years, as 3 years before you make it. Such is the nature of the championship, from what I've seen. The championship is not as easy to just, you know. And some of
Yeah, I
these
get that.
scumbags might decide, championship, me, deuces, bro. I'm out.
I'm out.
And
Yeah.
then what? Now we must rebuild the squad in the bloody championship. and
Right.
hope that it's 1 year. So it depends, bro. I need to know who's coming in. What's the plan if we go down to, because it has to be 1 year. I can't deal
Mhm.
with football streams of the EFL. You know how many games that is, Timber? That's a lot of games. There's a lot more
Man.
clubs in the EFL than there is in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And also some of the games are at random days. I don't know, bro. Dude. Stoke City versus
Yeah,
Man
like on
United.
Saturday.
Yo, hey. Stoke City versus Man United.
You don't want to see that. You don't want to see Stoke City versus Man United. Stoke
Maybe
City
for the
or Middlesbrough. Or which one again? There's some crazy teams in that championship, man.
Just so we understand each other. I too would not take relegation as an option to get rid of the Glazers. I also still don't think Glazers will get rid of United if they get relegated, right? Because you've got to realize, right, this is an asset that they've put no money into of their own money. They've borrowed 750. The club has been paying back the debt on its own,
Yeah.
and then they put more debt on the club. They put no money into it, and the club is valued at 4 billion. There's almost nothing that would stop them from holding on to this thing. If you
Yeah.
remember when they tried to sell it, the first number that came up was 10 billion. They said it close to 10 billion because that's where they can see it. The value is going to go to when you start winning. So they even know, or they can forecast where they think this club can get to if they start winning Champions League and stuff. But they just don't want to put money in. They also don't really have money. I can't believe I'm saying these words, right? But right now, Man United have a broke billionaire
Yeah.
and broke multi-millionaires as owners.
and they've used up all of our money, so we've become broke.
And they're using the club's money to finance, to borrow off. They're using the club. They're not using their own. Okay, yes.
Man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
This Ratcliffe guy has used his own money to buy, but apparently he supports the club, but yet couldn't pull out 6.5 billion from his 28 billion that he's worth to actually buy the club outright. He decided to go a cheap way. And then since then, he's been doing cost cutting, which involves taking £40,000 from a charity for ex-players. That's how light his own pockets are. That he's taking money from
40,000.
charity, he's cutting people from staff, he's stopping Christmas parties. They're even saying Bruno can't pay for the Christmas party when he wanted to pay out of pocket.
Brother, I saw that, bro. This man is the Grinch, bro, of Manchester, bro. This guy said, I'm going to put the Manchester back in Manchester and ripped Manchester out immediately, bro. This
and then remember the big selling point that the stadium, the new stadium, high-tech stadium, blah, 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 blah. He's then asking the government and the council to pay for it.
Man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Oh, man, it's embarrassing. You're a billionaire, but this is how you're moving. And again, I don't like listening to Simon Gordon, and I also don't like saying that he's right. But he did say United fans should be wary about the Ineos curse. And I don't know if you remember those times I was fully with the Qataris.
He said it. He said it.
I don't want any of this, right?
He said
I went to go and look at their sporting ventures. It's always the same thing. Take over, streamline.
May say this as well. It's the same thing.
Take over, streamline, cut corners.
Man.
Might produce a winning product. Not the same that it was before when he took over. And I think this getting Dean Ashworth and then selling and then getting rid of him. There's a bigger conversation I would love to have about how it's going so far, but I feel it's too early, right? But let's just say not a great start. Not a great start.
No, definitely. And I think the end of the season will be a perfect time to do that because then they've had a full season. We can't say, they came in the middle. They had the summer. They spent 200 million, like you said. They decided to keep 10. We're gonna do a report card on these guys at the end of the season.
The only thing that saved them is, realistically, if we look at the players that they bought and the money they spent, it's not that bad because we've seen us as a club spend 80 million on a player that's probably worth 25, 30, right? Maserati is probably worth 40 and we got him for 25 or whatever it was. The Lit is probably worth 60, even though questionable sometimes, but he's probably worth 60. We're going for what, 40-ish. Xerxes is where we start asking questions because what the hell was
I don't
that?
even know why we got that guy now. Looking at this team, I don't understand what the idea behind that purchase was.
Yeah.
Because I'd even take the Benjamin Sheshko kid at this point. This Xerxes guy, I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, I did watch the. I was just watching the interview press. Well, not the press conference, but the interview afterwards. And I'll be fair on him. It looked like it hurt him to make that decision as well, right? And he did take blame for it and said it was pretty much his fault. He put Xerxes there for more physicality, guessing for corners and set pieces. I think he forgot that they could just cross the ball before we even get to a corner. I think in his planning, he kind of forgot that Martinez is still there.
I think it's the trauma from all the set pieces that have happened before. But anyway, guys, let's
trauma. Start Euro then. If there's trauma, then you take off Martinez.
Nah, bro, I definitely agree with you. But Abs, bro, your final words on these players, bro. Go for it.
They're all criminals. We know that now, right?
Yeah.
How many of them can we get rid of in January? Not a lot. How many can we get rid of in the summer? Not a lot. So get used to the pain. In fact, I'm even going to go one further. You see that image of Man United being champions and all the rest of that? Hide that. Lock it away. Start again.
Nah. I hear you, bro. Big ups.
Man.
And that's fair, bro. That's fair, bro.
Yeah. Fact, man.
Timber, bro. Final words, bro, about what you saw today.
Bro, man. I don't have much to say, but just that it's a disgrace, man. Whenever you have players, being dropped, some for some weird reason, some are not available to play the game, and you have some players that come into the page, and they have failed to come in and say, yes, I want to prove this manager wrong for not playing me. We saw nothing. And all these narratives, some people are already saying, Bruno is not there, no go. That is nonsense, man. It was there all along, what has he been doing? There are a lot of people you guys need to bin, man. But you need to start binning people. You need to start with Rashford and Bruno. For me, it has to go as well. As long as you guys have Rashford and Bruno running the things in United, you guys are going nowhere, man. Honestly, you have to send a big message. But do they have what it takes to make a statement like that? I guess we'll see in January. But what I will say is they need to bring out the check and sign players in January because, guys, man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not. Honestly,
they need to open that checkbook. Don't try and be cutting corners. Open that damn checkbook in EOS, bro.
Yeah.
Now I hear you guys. Before I give my final thoughts, guys, I just want to give a shout out to Abs and to Temba. They do have their respective channels. We've got the Football Fan Zone with Temba, and then I believe yours is the End-to-End podcast, right? Abs?
End-to-End football podcast. I have put it in the comments.
Okay.
I can't put the full link, but I put a little.
Let me check it out now, sir. Let me check it out now.
I'll just link it as a comment once this is uploaded later on today. So, guys, just be sure to go onto their channels, give them a like, subscribe. And then for me, my final thoughts are this.
Football can kill you. Will kill you a real death. You will die because of football.
That's
so true.
That's all I can say, guys. Today was just...
It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
That's all I can say, guys. It's been good. You guys have a lovely evening. I will be back in the morning for a short reaction. This is not over. I'm still gonna be fuming when I wake up in this morning. Guys,
You know
have a
what? I
good New Year's
guarantee
Eve.
you, right? You watch that game again, you will find new things to be annoyed about. Because I
Oh,
feel it already. Because I've just seen the clip, and my first thought is, why did you let this guy cut back on his right foot to cross the ball for the second? Like, I got so many questions,
so many
so many
questions,
questions.
bro. And I hope you. I'm looking forward to you guys' podcast because you are getting cooked differently on your podcast when that drops, bro. And I will be there in the comments. Guys. Anyway, it's been Vegeta Summer, and yeah, have a good one, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, man.